Hey there, YouTube. This is Grimweird coming back at you with more Elder Scrolls Online playthrough action. I'm doing a quick capture of my house. At some point in the not too distant future, I'll probably get a new house, so I want to make sure I capture the way this one is in case I end up stealing a bunch of furniture from it. So in the background, we have Cliffshade, which is the player housing. It is in the Green Shade zone. Near the city of Marbrook, which is over here. So the Marbrook Wayshine is right through that gate. There's also, we can run over here, and there's also an entrance to the Marbrook Outlaws Refuge right behind this building in the cellar door, marked there. So that'll lead you to the Outlaws Refuge for fencing goods and laundering goods and clearing any bounty you have. And again, this is Marbrook in Green Shade, and so you've got a full service city here with a way shrine not too far from your house. Cliffshade is a classic home, so it's a middle tier home. It cost, I think, 6,000 crowns to get it. Let's go ahead and go in, and it's in the Altmer-style, so a lot of the inns and small buildings in Altmer cities will use this building. It's not a huge place, and it doesn't have any outside areas, no yards, no balconies, nothing like that. But it is fairly cozy just to make yourself a little starter home. So here we have the place. You can see I'm furnishing it in a very cluttered style. This particular character, Ascari Karavnos, is a high elf. So a lot of it is done in the high elf or Somerset Eleanor style. So we've got some Eleanor furniture. Eleanor being like the capital city of Somerset, which is the home island of the High Elves. So we've got some inn tables and footlocker and wardrobe. Let's see, lots of stuff everywhere. A lot of the things going on here are also antiquities that I dug up, like this chandelier that gives off a blue light and spins. Is an antiquity that I dug up, I believe, in Cold Harbor. We've got some nice plants, various stuff going on. Got books stashed away everywhere. Floating books from Artaeum that I crafted. We've also got some lore books, so those books there are actually readable. And you can actually go to a mystic or a mage guild person and buy lore books that you have collected in game, and you'll get like a container that usually holds about 10 books of a certain lore line, and then you can open that and have 10 books to place around, and they are interactable. Here we've got sort of what a bathtub that I've made up. It's got like an upside down Maomur, whatever, statue there to have rocks at the bottom. It's got a sealed clamshell, also to be part of the bottom. It's a Dunmer or dark elf basin with a clockwork plug down in the bottom of it, and an Argonian censer is buried down in the floor to give off some smoke to make it look like it's steaming a bit. And then we've got a variety of pieces of clockwork stuff here. We've got a couple of side-by-side square pipes, or square, what could be pipes. Those are like structures from the structural supports from the Clockwork City home furnisher. And then we've got like a sealed urn or a sealed whatever bottle shoved into the wall with another couple things stuck into the front of it to make it look sort of like a faucet. We've got some Dwemer gears on the wall with the red apple stuck into one and the tip of a blue glow bulb plant to make it like cold, to make it look like it's got hot and cold knobs. So that was a cool build, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I got lots of undaunted monster trophies on my walls. I really like this up here. I've got the 3 big monster trophies that I have stuck up above the door there, with another antiquity that I dug up, sunk into the wall to act sort of like a sconce. There's another antiquity stuck in the wall, in the ceiling, with a lantern in it to make it look like a light source. I have got my. I've got my. This is my Fazez, my assistant, which is a merchant, and he's got sort of a blue pillow to match his blue scarf, and he's got merchant type stuff here. He's got like a barrel and sack and crate to remind me of merchants. When I first put him in, I had a hard time remembering which one was the merchant. And here is
need of a zabi.
A zabi.
Here to serve.
And she is the banker. And so she's got a matching pillow and some coins and a safe box and things like that to make me think of bankers. Got various knickknacks up on the walls on shelves. Got plants hanging. These are I got the 4 main high elf carpets. So this is the tree themed one. This is the rustic one. And this is the water themed one with the waterfall. And then this is the Altmer-Dominion eagle symbol. So those are the 4 main carpets for the high elf style. We got some wing-backed high elf chairs. We've got some more Alinor stuff. An Alinor, I think that's called an intimate table. And here's a Alinor mirrored desk. You can see this background area is sort of mirrored. And then you've got a chair that you can sit in. Got like a crafting pouch thing on a various polyhedral Dwemer thing that I dug up somewhere. Got a treasure chest there, decorative treasure chest. Again, all of these chairs you can actually use, so that's sort of fun. Including these benches for sitting around the fire. This central table is actually like an upside down pedestal, and then an upside down like outdoor basin fountain kind of thing combined to make that. I wanted something square to fit in the area, a square top, but then I also wanted to put something under it, and I didn't have a small circular carpet, so I just sunk a huge basin underneath there, turned upside down because it had a circular bottom to make sort of a little marble circular area under there. Let's see, we got various paintings on the wall, more plants in basins. These are a couple of thrones that are turned backside up and put then bottom to bottom to form sort of a knickknack shelf. More monster heads. And then I've just got various knickknacks on top of that shelf. Up here's my crafting area, so I got a woodworkers area with the sign, and then I tried to sort of jazz up things by putting some wood around it, so there's some stacked wood and a stump and a hatchet and stuff next to it. And this is my clothing table with some stacks of leather and fabric and hanging fabric on the wall. This is my cooking fire. So my cooking station with, again, just sort of tables and pots and food around. That book is interactable, and it is a Wood Elf recipe book. Over here in my alchemy area, I again put like a little sort of crafting pack down on the floor. I've got let's see if I can, Oops, it's not what I meant to do. Turn my interface on for a second. This has some blue glow and swirly particles around them that I sort of like. I'm going to use that in some other builds, but I didn't really have anything that I wanted to use it on here, so I left the light off. But it's got a keg. We get the alchemy sign. We got a crystal down on the floor there, and this is our enchanting area, and this is the jewelry area, some pots and rocks and various knickknacks, and this is the blacksmithing area. And we got a couple of floating, spinning orbs and another monster trophy head up above there. This area, this was actually a balcony that was looked down into the other things. So just like this is like a balcony with a staircase, this room was a double tall room, so it just went all the way to the roof. But it was sort of a waste of space, so these brass plates that form the ceiling are from the Clockwork City home furnishing merchant. So I put those down to form a floor and sort of make myself a storeroom here. And so you can see underneath the carpet I've got those plates of brass, and then I've used some sunk into the ceiling and walls here to form sort of a doorway. And I had a hard time finding something that would act as good stairs that fit the area. So this is just an upside down painting that I am standing up or walking up to get myself over the balcony wall up into the room. And again, here you can see the floor that I've installed, and we've got all my storage boxes in here and various other things. And this sort of white shimmering thing here effect, I sort of like that. It gives me sort of the impression that there is a magical ward on this doorway. That is a sky shard that is shoved way up in the ceiling. This is too small of a place really to display a sky shard, so I just put it in the ceiling and then moved it way up in the air, so that only the very top tip of the effect showed, and it gives sort of a nice sort of just indistinct haziness there. Which sort of to me implies that there's some sort of defensive ward keeping people out of my storage area. So I sort of like that. That is about that. Just wanted to do a quick see what I have. Got to turn on the let's just grab something like this and talk a bit about moving things around and putting things in here. Depending on where you live, one of the nice things is that you can obviously spin these. So the blue will do that, and then green will do this kind of thing, rock it back and forth that way. And then you can do that kind of thing. Also, you can right click on something that is flat. It doesn't work well on textures, so things like walls or columns or what have you, or bricks are often sort of textured, so they're not really flat. But if I want to reorient this, I can right click on the floor and it will pop it up like that. Another thing that I use in this home a lot is I'll right click on this door to make things stick straight out of the wall. So now, like if I wanted to put something in the wall, like say that sconce that is up there, what that really looks like is like a small pyramid fire structure kind of thing. But I right clicked it, sort of look straight ahead, right click it there to like make it that way, and then place it there and then sink it into the wall. To give you a feel for what I'm talking about when I say sink it into the wall, let's go ahead and move this and we'll put it right, say, there. We will place it. And now I can hit F, and I can use 2 to put this in the wall. And that's how you can do sort of weird things like this, like making this shelf out of two different thrones. Uh, Actually, this would make sort of an interesting little shelf too. You could see if I pick this up again, and let's get this thing sort of straightened out. Let's oops. So just using the keys here to get this all straight, and then say I wanted to turn this into like a little shelf or something, I could do that. Then I could hit F, and I could finally, I'll look over here, the blue faded arrow, number 2, will actually sink it into the wall. And so I could sink it into the wall. I can go hit T. You can see down bottom middle I'm going to units. So I can go to T 1 centimeter. That's the smallest unit. So I can fine tune where I want it there. And then I could click enter, and boom, there I've got a little something that I could use like a little shelf or something. It's not ideal, but you could put like a lantern on it and use it as a light source. You could put a plant on it, something like that. So that's what a lot of this stuff is that I put in here, is things that I've placed into walls and floors to create structures, and I think that's quite a lot of fun. But yeah, you can use like a flat floor to get it upright. Use like a flat piece of wall, or in this case a flat door, to get it sideways. I use my ceiling here to get it upside down. So now you can see that if I wanted to do this, I could, let's see, I want to come up. So again, I could use this as some sort of stand or pillar or what have you. Let's see, other tips. I think that's about it. Unfortunately, you can't scale things bigger and smaller. That's something that I did a lot of in EverQuest 2, and it was a lot of fun, but you can't really do here. But anyway, that's the home. Yeah, so this is sort of her little, this character's little hunting lodge kind of area with undaunted trophies from dungeons, monster heads everywhere, and then her crafting area that I do a lot of just deconstruction of stuff that I don't need, or other types of things like that. And it's sort of an interesting mix, like this character is, of sort of trying to be elegant and having like nice fancy matching furniture here, and pretty furniture and whatnot, but then also having sort of brutal stuffed heads on the wall. That sort of represents this character. She's thinks of herself as an elegant high elf, but she also braids her hair for battle and has the dark eye makeup that just gives her a bit of an edge, and she's very much just about going out there and kicking monsters' butt. So sort of a fun character, and sort of a fun house, and it fits her very well. So I'm thinking about upgrading to a bigger house just to have more room. This place is obviously getting very cluttered, so we shall see. I just wanted to capture all of this in a video, so that if I do start tearing this place apart to build another house or furnish another house, I'll be able to come back and look at how this one looked. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.